It seems we are only 4 days away from the big thing, the next big thing from DJI, and I've been doing a few videos about this expected Mavic Mini that is supposed to arrive on the 13th of October and not the 30th of October that I did say the last time. So let's see. Okay, loud and clear. Let's see. So let's see, the reason why I wanted to do this live stream was that, of course, I'm all excited about this new Mavic Mini. I guess that's no secret. And that keeps popping up new stuff every day that is fun to share and sort of to build up the excitement. I'm pretty sure that DJI does this on purpose because they want to hype up the product until the launch. But I still think it's kind of funny. So one of the really good sources for checking out new information is Twitter. And actually, the last 24 hours or so, new pictures are arriving there of how the Mavic Mini would actually look like. And it's supposed to be leaks from a Japanese website. So if we just jump to my Twitter account and just let me see here. Everything is like it's supposed to be. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that we don't need. So let's go in here and say Mavic Mini. See what's coming up here. And these are the pictures that we know. We have seen them, but these are new. This will give you some sort of impression of how big the drone actually is. It seems like you could argue it's around a Mavic Air size. There's a few more that will give us an idea where we are. This one is from, I guess, a product photo. And if that one is true, something really interesting here is actually that the camera looks shaped a little bit like the Osmo Pocket. So I guess they have reused some parts from that one, maybe. Let's see what else we have here. Old stuff. There is also a good side picture of the camera. It is not exactly the Osmo Pocket kind of thingy because it seems it's sort of strapped in from both sides. Oh, this is not. Oh, what is that? That is. Oh, what are these black things here in the side? Wonder if those are sensors. That is kind of new to me. Let's just go down here. The back hatch for the battery pack, that's definitely a different construction than what we have seen before. There's our friend Osita LV, which is he's often one of the sources of leaks here on Twitter. And he's not hitting it every time on the spot what it is that he's saying, but he seems to be pretty well connected. At least he's good at stirring up things that would get us all excited. See if this picture is better. See if we can make it bigger. No, I can't. It's only Twitter that I can make bigger. But it is kind of interesting. You know what is this that goes on the side here? Do you think it's a sensor or so? Let's see here. Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff is going on in the chat. It seems this is a pretty good time to do these live streams. Here locally it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So it's and it's Saturday, so I'm off work, so it's a pretty good time for me as well. So it seems that's a good time here to do some stuff here. So maybe we should look into doing that. So let's just see what else we have here in the Twitter feed. There was actually one picture somewhere where it was positioned next to a phone. Let's scroll down here. Oh. That one's gone now. Let's just try and instead of that search for the. Let's go back here and hashtag fly as you are. See what comes up there. Ah, come on. Like that. That's all the commercials. Yeah, here is a picture where it's folded together. It's kind of compact. I gotta admit that. It's like a Spark that is foldable. So let's see. Yeah, it's some hilarious pictures. Is that all there is? So you're excited as well? What's going to happen on October the 13th? Or let's just see what we have here in the chat. So Alessandro, I don't hope I abused your name there, but he's suggesting these are small rubber dots on the side that will basically prevent the drone from being scratched when the legs are folded. I would not expect an entry-level drone to have side sensors, that's for sure. Let's see if we can dig up something else. Mavic Mini, like this. Oh, there's some more pictures here. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, there's a better picture of the camera. It seems to be like wider than what we see in the Osmo Pocket. That's for sure. And I don't understand that, but I can at least say that it says 249 grams and 30 minutes. 2.7K, 12 megapixel picture. And there is a bet that it will include some quick shot modes like drone, circle, helix, and rocket. I guess the original 4 that was released. It seems we are pretty much in line with what's coming here. So let's see if there's anything else here. There's a comment that it was porn music that was running in the back. It's actually not. It's from Epidemic Sound. I can find something else if this is soft house music. So let's just go in here and find something else. What should we take? Should we take, I don't know. What, funk? Let's try some funk. Take away that one. Is that better? And the cool part about this is that I can actually listen through the music while I'm live streaming and not being getting a copyright strike. Like I didn't get a copyright strike, but a copyright claim during the last live stream because I was replaying a video where they didn't own the rights for the music. So in this way, I can just, because I paid for this Epidemic Sound, so I can just keep that running in the background. And sometimes I run over a nice music track and I can actually use it in some of my videos. So that's a win-win. So let's see what else we have here. It seems there's let's see. Gary Lawrence, of course I don't know what that sounds like, but it was just somebody mentioning it in the chat, so it's kind of funny. Some heavy metal. I don't think so. Okay, maybe we should try out different styles and see when every one of you is leaving the chat then. So let's see. Okay, John Freshner, he asked, does it have GPS? Yes, it definitely have GPS. It's an entry-level drone, so I would expect that it would have the same sort of GPS system that we know from all the other DJI drones. So it's very easy just to let go of the sticks, and then it will just stick around and not do anything that it's not supposed to. But it will be interesting because it's a Wi-Fi drone. It will be interesting to see if it carries along all the problems that we saw with the original Mavic Air, and also actually the Spark. That was a tough one. The connectivity there. So yes. So I think absolutely it will have GPS. What else do we think it will have, this drone? I would expect it to be stripped down a lot. I think that most of us, when we buy it, it will be kind of maybe a disappointment because they gotta take away features. Otherwise, it will be too close to the Mavic Air. It will. That's for. Can you show your pictures again? Yes, I can. This is just the Twitter feed. Yes, he has a lot of good ones. And, we could do a little commercial for Drone DJ. That's also a very, very nice site to check out if you want to grab the pulse on the latest and greatest rumors out there. And it's kind of funny that they label these pictures their own because it's not theirs. So. And Klaus Christensen says it's really interesting. It's under 250 grams. Yes, but do be aware. I have started to talk to the Danish government, or the part of the Danish government that controls the drone regulation, and because I simply don't understand where this drone fits in. If you read the local legislation here, it's very easy to understand that if it's under 250 grams, it's a micro drone. But does that mean that I'm allowed to fly in the city and take photos of everybody? It does not actually. So it would be really nice to get an official statement how to handle this kind of drones, because there's still privacy concerns. There's still areas where you're not supposed to fly. Of course there is, and as far as I understand. I didn't have an official answer yet, but it's still like that maybe it will be easier flying outside the city because you don't need to register the drone, but flying inside the city will still require an official license or certificate, at least in Denmark. I don't know how that is in US. Maybe some of you could add some insights on that. I don't know if from what I know right now is that it's supposed to come with the Mavic Air remote control, but I don't know if you can reuse or repair the old Mavic Air remote with the Mavic Mini. That's to be seen. That would be pretty smart, but I don't see the real. I think it's being sold with the remote, so I don't see the real advantage of doing that unless you something happens to the remote and you need to swap it. Dundee Dundee. We just keep to Dundee. Yes, that's at least what I know so far, or what I've been told. That it will come with the remote. I also think it's quite cheesy that you offer a high-end drone, which the DJI products are, and then you leave out the remote and let you fly it with the phone. I think we should leave that exercise to some of the cheap Chinese drones, because it needs a remote to work to some sort of level. So this was, let's see if there's something more in here, because this was basically the reason why I wanted to go online here, was just to show you these latest pictures of the Mavic Mini. And I think it looks pretty amazing, and I'm looking so much forward to actually to try and test it out. Especially 30 minutes of flight time. That's going to be really, really interesting to see if that holds up, because getting 30 minutes out of a 249 gram drone, that is quite a challenge. I'm not saying it's not possible, but because there's a lot of important factors in play. There's like temperature, there's of course the drone weight itself. There is, if the drone does not have a very high top speed, then the requirement for the maximum amount of power that the battery should be able to deliver is also lower. So maybe they can put in different kind of batteries for that purpose. So it would be really interesting to see. That would at least be something that I would be looking forward to test. I've done that with the previous versions, doing like a battery or flight time test to see how good it performs, and kind of time it under less ideal conditions. Yes, the Skydio 2, that looks absolutely fantastic, but there are two main problems with that one as I see it right now. One is that I'm living in Europe, so it's not being sold in Europe, and that is a big bummer. And the next thing is that I didn't catch the release train there, so I would, if I had to go in and order one and somehow figure a way to get it over here, yeah, I will likely not see it until next summer. So I think Skydio is a fantastic product, and I really would love to get my hands on one of these at some point to test it out. Me riding my electric unicycle, that's for sure. So I think I will end this live stream by now, and I would say thank you very much for all of you that has been joining. It has been fun to share this, and maybe we could do this another time. I think it's of course you can go yourself to Twitter and check stuff out. You don't need to do it. You don't need me to do it. But I think it's kind of fun because all of you guys interacting in the chat and all that stuff that makes us hang out and discuss stuff, and I think that's kind of nice. Kim Hansen, yeah, I think you are absolutely right. I don't think you are allowed to fly it inside the city, also not without a dronebevis or a certificate. You still need that, and it still needs to have a professional purpose. I am trying to get that clarified with Trafikstyrelsen to understand what the rules are, because it's, as I explained earlier, it's not clear to me as it is right now. So I think just the short answer is I think the rules are the same. You just get rid of the hassle of registering the drone, and if you think that's a big deal, then of course you will be happy that it's below the weight, but if not, then it's just fine. Mavic 3, yeah, that's an interesting one. They will definitely have to step up the game to be able to compete with the Skydio. I think Skydio, they really pulled a rabbit out of the hat by using the Jetson platform from NVIDIA. That is a really, really powerful computer that will allow them to do a bunch of stuff. So no doubt that the DJI will have to step up their game if they want to compete with that. So yes, I will skip out now. Thank you for watching, and if you like this live stream, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to give it or press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.